something I've said a lot recently is a positive pregnancy test does not equal a healthy newborn baby. And that is something a lot of people need to recognize. So back in 2022, I found out I was pregnant at the end of the year, and was super excited. It was planned 4 and 1 in pregnancy. And then just a few short months later at my 20-week anatomy scan, we found out that the daughter that we were planning for was incompatible. Pretty much everything that could have been wrong with her was wrong. And at this point in time, Tennessee was about 6 months into its trigger ban post Roe v. Wade. And my doctor told me that I had two choices. Staying pregnant was going to pose a significant risk to my health and life. So if I chose to stay pregnant, I had to understand those risks, or I could terminate the pregnancy, but I would have to leave my state in order to do that. My husband and I were, I would say, average working class people. We live paycheck to paycheck like most. We don't have all this money set aside to just travel out of state for healthcare. So I shared my story on TikTok and it went viral, I would say, I think overnight. And I was fortunate enough that random people on the internet supported a GoFundMe for me to flee my state. And I arrived to a New York City clinic about 10 days later and found out at that clinic that my daughter was already passed and I was at risk of infections, blood clots, going septic, and underwent an abortion, an emergency abortion within an hour of finding out that she was gone. And I had to go through that experience alone. I didn't have my husband with me at the clinic, didn't have my doctors, didn't have my family, had to sleep in a cold stranger's bed that night. And I'm a mother already. I have a daughter at home. She's 7 now. And I knew how important it was to speak up for not only myself, but little girls like her so they had access to healthcare in the future.